This is painful. A Nigerian man has been beaten to death by Indians in India just because he asked the driver why the driver was driving rough. The victim, who goes by the name of Peter Isioma Ugbekile, was said to be a businessman in India. He was also known to be the son of a notable Nigerian singer, Felix Ugbekile. The family is from Delta State, Agbo to be precise. And on this day, the 9th of June 2025, it was said that Peter Isioma was on a motorbike, on a scooter, with an Indian man. On their way going, another scooter bike came crashing into them. But it wasn't a serious kind of crash. It was one of those things that had to do with someone stepping on the brake slow enough to hit the other people. And it was said, assumably, that Isioma fled up, yelling as to why the other driver couldn't drive properly, why the other driver had to crash into them. And it is believed that from here onwards, the two people started exchanging words. And somewhere along the line, they figured out that this man is a foreigner, and they pounced on him. They started the fight. Isioma had no chance, because the more he fought this man who ran into him with his bike, the more other Indians joined in to fight him. And that was how he was swarmed. That was how he was jumped. That was how so many Indian people jumped this Nigerian man and beat him to death. They used sticks, they used objects, they used weapons, they kicked him, they stomped on his head. It was just too much. Some of them were even joining the fight not knowing what occurred, not knowing what transpired. The only thing that they knew was that they just saw a foreigner beating an Indian man, and automatically they took the side of their people and killed this Nigerian guy, who, by the way, was on the right, who, by the way, was actually the victim here, because he got hit by this bike man who could not drive properly. And just because he confronted the guy, questioning his driving skills, questioning why he had to drive so roughly, he lost his life because he was in a foreign land. By the time they were done beating him, it was almost already too late. The bike man who he was with was the one who had to rush into a hospital. But he lost his life eventually. He died from internal bleeding because the beating was excessive. And now that this whole thing has blown up, a lot of Nigerians in India are pissed. The Nigerian community in India are angry. They are enraged, because this, according to what I'm hearing, is not the first of its kind. This is not the first time that Nigerians are getting killed by Indians for no just cause, for something as flimsy as two people just having a small disagreement that could have been solved normally with, oh, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. But rather, these people felt that it was not in a Nigerian man's place to complain in a foreign land that don't belong to them. I guess that is why. If this is not racism, I don't know what it is. Reports were made to the Indian police. They were able to secure a CCTV footage that shows how the incident unfolded. And although the Indian police have not released the CCTV footage, there are screenshots of pictures from it. I guess they will keep it because obviously that is them in evidence. From what is worth, the CCTV footage should be able to show the person who started the fight with Isioma. That is enough. Even the guy who carried Isioma to the hospital, the Indian guy who helped take him to the hospital, they say is hiding right now because he can't speak up. He's afraid to be the witness. Even if this goes to court, he can't come out and speak up for Isioma, because it will look like he's snitching on his own people. He will look like he's betraying his own people. And there are rumors that the guy who fought and caused Isioma to be beaten to death is a cultist, like an Indian, is a gangster per se, is in a gang. So maybe that was why he was very aggressive. Maybe he felt a type of way that Isioma would talk to him that way. Or maybe he basically rammed his bike into them to get a reaction from the Nigerian man, so he can use it as an excuse to be a racist. It's unclear what the Nigerian embassy is doing about this. It's unclear if Nigerians even know about this. I wish our politicians, our governors, because I don't want to even say president, because we both know, I don't know. I hope the president will be able to speak on this, because I hate the fact that we Nigerians and not as respected as we should be in other countries. The whole story even led to the expose of how Nigerians are being treated in detention. A lot of Nigerians, men, women, children who may have overstayed their visa are locked up in a detention center, and they're not even allowed to be deported because they are being forced to pay a huge fine. So this even looks like a prison. This looks like a camp where they keep Nigerians who have overstayed their visa to punish them before they even ask them to leave. Naturally, in the US, you overstay your visa. Once they find you, they send you to go back. Nobody keeps you in a detention camp. They put you in the next plane and tell you, please just leave. But the Indians have found a way to extort from Nigerians by keeping them in a camp and dealing with them so severely, making it look like a prison yard to pressure them to pay a huge amount of fine before they can finally let them leave. Imagine having to pay fine before you now leave. It's not as if the fine will keep you there for a while to finish your business. And the standard of living in that camp, they say, is terrible. Many people have fallen sick, gotten infection, and they are not being allowed to leave to get treated. A particular man, a Nigerian man in the camp, was beaten up by Indians to the point his hand had to be amputated so badly that he needs surgery, but that can't happen because these people don't care. They won't even let him leave the premises. They are like, you're not leaving until you pay. The medical services that provided for them is not standard. It's just obvious that the treatment of Nigerians in India is appalling, is sickening. They clearly don't value Nigerians. I don't know if they value any other African country, but I want to doubt that. It's obvious that these people are being racist towards Nigerians. And when it comes to the case of Isioma, I hope justice is served. When it comes to disputes like this, they will always favor their own fellow Indians. However, we are hoping that if this story goes viral enough, if this story goes wild enough, if more people talk about the story, it would maybe get the voice that it needs to help Isioma get justice. Videos of him circulating, bleeding in the hospital with injuries, multiple head injuries and stab wounds. It's a terrible thing to see. We can't show it yet, so you would have to go to our Telegram page, our new Telegram page, to view it, because it's not a thing I want to show you. It's very, very graphic. And so check out our new Telegram page, True Crime Daniel 3. Trigger warning is in effect because it's painful that I don't know what to say. How I wish this was not the case. How I wished Isioma did not pretty much trigger, or I just feel that whatever he would have done, they would have found a way to steal. They just wanted to make trouble. I won't be surprised if this was not even about the bike. I won't even be surprised if this gangster deliberately chased after him to look for trouble and find a way to beat him, because I don't know. We've seen situations like this as it involves Africans and other foreigners. They always come after us. They always want to show that, yeah, I don't know, they just don't like us for some reason. And I don't know why. So please guys, share this video. Tag people you need to tag. Mention people. I want the story of Isioma to go as viral as it should, so that he would get the justice that he deserves.